Yes, people, and welcome back to Norski TV and the What's Going On podcast. As you can see, my throat is not the best, but before you do anything, please, as Mr. Craig has said in the chat, please hit that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. And mate, all I got to say, mate, is Little Red Riding Hood, red tomatoes, anything red, mate, goes, bro. London is red. That's all I got to say. Not just in North London, but in West London, yeah? We slap up Chelsea 5-0, and then we thought we'll just go to North London, the Tottenham Toilet Bowl. And we put 3 past them before. We felt a little sorry for them. So we thought, Raya, just give them a little chance, you know what I mean? And then obviously the Rice penalty got a bit jittery. But listen, we got it over the line. And all that matters is 3 points. Going into this running, mate. I don't know if Chile will be making an appearance. Big up to you, Craig. He might be in the chat, but I'm not too sure if he does want to make an appearance. He's part of our WhatsApp chat, so the link is there if he wants to come on. It depends on how much I go in. It really does depend on how much I go in on Tottenham. But listen, London is definitely red, and big up to everybody. So please, guys, hit that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. And we have got an awful lot to talk about this weekend. All the Premier League fallouts, Champions League last night. I didn't even get to watch the Real Madrid Bayern Munich game. Apparently it was a thrilling game, 2-2. It's kind of hanging on a knife edge. Chile got to get cooked like Ben. Listen, cooked like Ben Davies, bro. I think it's on, what's the guy's name? On Dodgy, I think his name is, or on Goody, whatever his name is. I can't pronounce his name. He was out injured. I think he had surgery on his, I don't know if it was his Achilles or whatever, but he's out injured. So Ben Davies decked in for him. But listen, Saka made light work of him. And what a goal for the second goal. First goal was a own goal. And then Mr. Kai Havertz, £60 million the drain. Listen, mate, what can you say? It's all good. It's all good in the red side of London. But listen, I'm going to stop waffling on, and I'm going to get Mr. Big D and Mr. JP.
Yes, sir.
Kofi can't make it tonight. As I said, Chile, we're still waiting for him to make his appearance. But if not, he'll probably be in the chat later. And Mr. Ez is probably up in the sky somewhere, traveling back. He said he will put in his 2 bobs worth next week. So listen, we move. But guys, please, as I said, hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. And before we commence into the show, just as we will do, go around the table. First of all, Big D, what we're saying, bro? How you been?
Yeah, bro, doing all right, mate. Doing all right.
Yeah.
As good as any Man United fan in this era can be doing. Yes, Craig, big up yourself, bro. Family are good, and we're doing okay.
You're doing okay.
Okay, mate.
That's okay. I'm glad you're good. On the other red half of Manchester. Yeah. Big final coming up May the 25th.
Yeah.
Not only that, guys. Listen. Let's just put rivalry aside. J and D, listen, we're coming to Old Trafford not too long from now, guys. And listen to me, people. Listen. You don't want Man City to get the 4P now, do you, people? You don't.
I think I want Man City to win.
Oh my God!
Sad, isn't it? Sad.
Well, listen. Well, before you get into that, Jay, how you doing, mate?
I'm all right. I can't complain. I'm good. If I go into football, then it's a different story altogether. But
yeah. PTSD when it comes. PTSD when it comes to the
take the
club.
positives, man. Man United's making changes upstairs, sacking more people, bringing in more executives. So I'm hoping we're going to see things better over the next
things
year or
on
so.
the non. When I say non-footballing side, in terms of
they've been ruthless.
Side of it. Yeah,
they've been ruthless. You think about it. No one exists anymore, really. From the hierarchy, there's a few people there, but generally they brought in all their own people. Even the interim CEO is now gone.
Right. Yeah. The whole thing is interesting because for me, if you really peel it all back, I feel a lot of them mans had their hands in a cookie jar, Jay. I really do, bro. Because just to swing the axe like that, it feels kind of wild, but I get it.
I think Patrick Stewart's still there, He's not. He's actually there to the end of the season. But...
Yeah, he's going to stay. That's right, to the summer.
I thought was he pretending to play dead? You know that. When you're at the army, you get shoot up, man. Just keep a low profile. You know what I mean? But no, it's good to see that you are making those changes. And listen, there's a few changes that need to happen, and maybe at the managerial level, Eric Ten Hag. Boy, I mean, listen, before I go into it, let me just let you know what obviously the show is about. As you well know, Premier League player ratings and review. We're going to look at a bit of ref watch, and I'm sure there's some controversial stuff. And Nana deciding that he's going to end up punching people in their faces and all that. Welcome to Eric Ten Hag's world. What is this guy smoking? We'll go into that. Our work is done in London, as you can see. It's red. What a roller coaster of a game that was. The Arsenal or Tottenham Arsenal game, North London derby, massive game, and they wanted to stop us, but we weren't having it, mate. Arteta and his men weren't having it, and obviously we're going to go into the what's going on prediction results, game week 35, and the what's going on our fantasy prem shout out by Big D. So where do we start? Listen, we'll start off. Obviously the games last week. Wednesday that was played midweek, and see these were like game week 29, so these were some of the games in hand. And you know what, the game that was played on Wednesday night, Bournemouth, I'll tell you what, Bournemouth under that new manager is really kind of doing well. I think there's they showed a stat that since the beginning of the year, Bournemouth are lying around about fourth, in terms of points tally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Based on that, and I was thinking, well, you know what I mean? So listen, they're our next. We play them on Saturday, early kickoff. So I'm not going into this game, and we're playing at home as well. It's not going to be easy. So I'm not going to take them for granted. Slanky's really doing well for them, and the manager's got them playing really good football. Do you know what I'm saying? And they won away to Wolverhampton on that Wednesday night, 1-0. I mean, listen, they're both safe, but. I suppose Bournemouth want to try and get as high up the table as possible. Also, tell you who would do a good job at United? Sean Dyche.
That's great. Sean Dutch. We already have him, Sean Dutch. We already have him right now. He's in place. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, I sound like Sean Dyche right now. My throat is gone, but it is what it is. And also, Crystal Palace. Let me say this, and I think I might have said it. I don't know if I said it last week about Palace. In the last few games that they've have played, they are really playing really well. And I'm just kind of look at the last, I think, 2 or 3 games. I think they've won. Where is it? So listen, I'm just going to go back to the 14th up until the 27th, and they've won 3 games on the bounce.
Yeah, they got them balling,
Yeah, they beat Liverpool away. They beat West Ham at home 5-2. And then they beat Newcastle 2-0. And then they drew with Fulham 1-1. I don't know if that was a home game or away game. Away game.
Was injured. Eze was injured for that. Ironically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's almost like Turkey Net Roy had the handbrakes on, because this man's letting them just play. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. The way they're attacking, it's like, yo, you man's is frightening, because they got pace.
What's the manager's name?
I don't even know.
Their manager's Oliver Glasner. Now he was the Frankfurt manager.
Right.
And I think that if it was them, did they get to the final? Was it them and West Ham when they won the Europa Conference League? I'm sure he was the manager. I might be wrong.
Was it?
But you can see when you watch them under this new manager, you can see a style of play. It's not like just kick and hoof now. There's a style of play. They've got a balance between defense attack. And I was talking to a Crystal Palace fan last week or the week before, and I was saying if this guy gets the right backing from their owners, it's probably going to be a bit difficult them trying to keep the likes of Eze and Elise because these guys, you got yourselves, Man United, Arsenal looking at them, Chelsea, number of teams looking at them,
and the centre back Anderson as well.
Anderson, and also the other. What's the other centre back for Crystal Palace? What's his name? I'll tell you his name in a minute. That everybody's interested. Mark Gay. Yeah, a lot of people are interested in him.
Yeah.
So you've got Anderson and Mark Gay.
There's at least 4 or 5 players that could potentially leave Palace in the summer, which is kind of a shame for them in a sense of they're found a good form.
But I'm saying,
manager, but
but I'm saying that this Oliver Glasner now has to try and keep hold of these players.
Convince them to stay.
Convince them to stay, and hope that the hierarchy will back him. Because I think if he gets the backing, I feel that Crystal Palace could finish further up the table. I mean, they're currently sitting 14th on. Was it 40 points? So that's thereabouts. I mean, normally they sort of about a mid-table side. You know what I mean? Years ago, Crystal Palace were like a yo-yo team, up and down, going out of the league, coming back and whatnot. But, I think under this new manager, I think they play a nice brand of football. But if he gets the backing, then I think, they're going to be a hard place to go to because, as I say, they went away to Liverpool and spoiled the clock party. And and they're doing really well. So big up to Crystal Palace, and obviously Bournemouth. They're sitting. I think they're sitting 10th on 48 points. So they're proper mid-table. They're only like one point behind. They're 1 point behind Chelsea, but Chelsea have got 2 games in hand. So it depends on how Chelsea get on against Tottenham and I think Liverpool. So
I think they're actually on the same points, but yeah, you're right. Chelsea got 2.
That's what I'm saying.
48. I mean, obviously their -8 is horrible. In that sense. But like you said, top 10 team.
Big up Root Cool. So big up the man. Them being busy. Oh, all good. I'm here for the cooking. Listen. Where's my favorite Spurs fan, Chili? Listen, I don't know. I don't know. People, I don't know. I was looking for a pair of dark glasses, man, and I couldn't find them. But listen, as we say, root cause, North London. The whole of London right now is red. You understand? Because we dealt with Chelsea and we dealt with Tottenham. And I think it was a roller coaster game, and we will go into that. But Chili was very quiet on our chat. You know what I mean? I didn't say anything. And even like last week when we slap up Chelsea, I didn't say anything. I see Ez putting something out there. Normally, ain't going to say nothing. Silence is golden, bro. Just keep it, just keep it locked down. But I'm sure when Ez comes back next week, he'll give his explanation as to why they were so atrocious against us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But So we'll still roast them. Don't worry about that. We'll still roast them. High line. Yeah. This man, why doesn't he change his tactics? We will come into that. Hey, guys, talk to me about Everton. The derby.
Oh,
Everton 2, Liverpool 0. Liverpool are falling off a cliff right now, mate.
I don't think since they played us in the FA Cup and we beat, I don't know if they've won a game.
I don't think they have. I mean, if you
I think you might be right there.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I think they've won one game in 7, something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the truth. But I can't hear from, as poor as we've been, I can't hear from no Liverpool fans. Not one of them. And I got bare them in my family, but everyone seems to have conveniently lost my number, which is cool, It really is cool because all that hype, all that Klopp this, and the thing is, people saying about him, he should never announced it. It was going to get leaked, and the club had to get in front of that.
That's probably why they did it.
Yeah,
that's probably why they did it.
I totally get why you announced it. It's awful timing, but the thing is, it just shows you that the boardroom is not sacred, because it would have been the board that he spoke to, and somebody in their frustration said, "Well, he's going at the end of the season." Well, like, what? Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Boom, and then someone just sends a text out and says, "Yeah, just in a meeting," and Klopp's out of it. Before you know it, man's gonna come and say, and the way he did it. It was proper awkward as well. So I think even the players just thought, well, hold on. and that can always work two ways, Norman. It can be like, okay, let's galvanize ourselves with this and do it for him. But then you saw how it was going, where they were getting a lot of luck on their side, and then suddenly they didn't. Yeah, and the moment one wheel fell off, you're like, okay, here we go. All the wheels are falling off here, mate. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, listen, they can end up only walking out with one trophy, which is the Carabao Cup. I'm hearing rumours that.
What else can they win?
Exactly. Can they win? I mean, they're 5 points off of us. Yeah, with the same amount of games played. Losing 2-0 to their arch rivals, Everton. Even though Everton, let me just see I think Liverpool sabotaged themselves with this news of Klopp leaving, in my opinion. But it would have got leaked. Yes, you're right there. Big up to your sister Leonie. What are you saying?
Yes, Lee. What are you saying?
Yeah, you're saying. Big up to you, girl. Big up to you.
Yeah, he said she was going to log on today.
Yeah, big up. But look. You know my worry was. Yeah, I'll tell you what my worry was. I was talking to Kofi about this game. I was saying, please do not bring on Ashley Young, because last time they played, Ashley Young got sent off, because of his tackles. I mean, this guy, I don't know how old this guy is. He's been playing for it forever, right? So when I see them bring him on, because I think Vitaly Malenko went off injured, and he came on in the 45th minute. I think it's even before half time. I was thinking, oh my gosh. But listen, Liverpool couldn't break them down. They were winning every second ball. They wanted it more. Liverpool just looked right off the pace. You know, Jared Braithwaite getting the first goal from I don't know if it was a set piece. I think it was a set piece. And, that was in the 27th minute. And then Dominic Calvert-Lewin from another set piece. Dwight McNeil assist. And I think this was from a corner in the 58th minute. And they had Trent on him. And I know what Trent was doing on him. Yeah, the size of Dominic Calvert-Lewin to Trent. And Trent didn't even jump. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But you look at that and you're thinking 2-0 to Everton. Because normally Liverpool go there and tuck them up every time.
Yeah, just to tuck them in, mate.
You know what I mean? But this time...
Get them a nice warm bottle of milk.
And I must... yeah, exactly. And what I would say, gentlemen, is that Sean Dyche, mate, I'll take my hat off to him. Because when you think that Everton have been done twice... Yeah.
And still holding on.
It's safe. They're safe.
Yeah, do you know what? I think it helped them though. That siege mentality. Everyone's against us. Come on, each other. We've only got each other.
Yeah.
I can't do a Scouse accent. I've done it in the Scouse accent.
No, absolutely. But look, they have done really well. And as I say, Kofi. You see, I know Kofi would take the bait.
Kofi, soft lad.
Kofi Klopp. Yes, brother. Kofi, please tell us what happened to your team, man. What happened to your team? You've literally fallen off a cliff. And listen, whilst we're on the Liverpool topic, you then go to West Ham, and you concede. Jared Bowen. You know Jared Bowen now, I think he's got, 16 Premier League goals?
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'll take him over Jesus, mate.
If you think how long Antonio has been injured, so they've been forced to play Gerrard in like that Bowen in that false nine, and be honest with you, if I'm Moyes, I'm leaving him there because he's been getting the goals, man. But as soon as Antonio came back, that they kind of shuffled the pack again. So, but I just thought if I got a player playing in a role that's not really his, and he's banging for me, I'm not moving him, regardless of who's coming back. You got to earn that slot back, Antonio, because Antonio's he's injury prone now. He might as well just become a full-time podcast.
I mean, listen, he's exactly, but he's obviously back playing. I mean, he played out on the wing, so he can play Jared as a false nine. But one thing about Antonio, which I like, is he's really aggressive. He's strong.
He's work. That's why they like. That's why
they like him. That's why Moyes likes him. Do you know?
He's aggressive.
And he did cause them a bit of problem. He did cause them a bit of problem.
He's relentless. He's a proper team guy. I think teammates will love him.
Exactly.
And Kofi's right, because we was looking at him, Jared Bowen as well.
Last season,
very good player. I mean, I don't know how old he is. I think he's probably about 27 now, 26, 27.
Yeah, I would think that.
Is it something? Is it someone that you would look at, or maybe not? Is it not? It's not really your kind of profile player.
I don't want him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think,
Kofi
well, the
was
thing is, he's had 2 good seasons, Jay. So I think in his mind, he should be looking at a bigger club, a top 6 club. But you know what West Ham are like? You know, if Rice went for 100 million, they're going to say, well, you know what? He's banged more than Rice in a kind of midfieldy winger position. So I think his team would price him out of the market, unfortunately. Which happens a lot, you know, just so they could keep him, because West Ham can't afford to let too many high profilers go if they want to stay in the Premier League, you know, like a lot of the mid-table teams, including Man United.
But listen, in that game, as I said, West Ham take the lead first with Jared Bowen, and then I think after the second half, Andrew Robertson from an assist from Lewis, it was a bit of a melee it was a goal from out of nothing basically, and then Alfonso Arella getting an own goal to make it 2-1 to Liverpool. So you're thinking at this point now Liverpool might possibly go in and win it, but no, Mikel Antonio turns up and scores that second goal to equalise, and an assist from Jared Bowen, so he gets a goal and assist. 77. We're on 77 minutes now. Remembering now, it was quite surprising. I don't know what your thoughts in that fact that Mo Salah didn't even start. Yeah. He then gets ready to be brought on with 12 minutes to go. Right, let me get your thoughts, people. What your thoughts, Klopp?
Yeah. Well, Norm, like I'm no lip reader, but I think what they were saying is that Klopp likes to do this like hand and hog thing, and my mind just said, "Nah, you ain't hogging me after you just bench me," and then obviously Klopp's bit, because he knows he's under pressure. He probably said, "Well, if you perform, then we'll have to bench you," and then that was it. Because if even Nunes, I think even Nunes struggled to understand the conversation. He just pushed Salah away. You know what I mean? Like, because remember, he made 3 subs at the same time. But Mo hasn't been performing. He hasn't. Since he came back from AFCON, he's been very hit and miss. So,
but when you look at Mo, and
but it's the money though, Norm, as well.
No, but I'm saying when you look at Mo and what he's done for Liverpool, like, listen, a lot of fans were really having a go at him, because obviously Klopp, you know, you can't be turning around and disrespecting Klopp on the side, and it wasn't a good look, people. It wasn't a good look.
But Norm, Klopp started it though.
I know that. I understand that.
Just like Ten Hag started it.
Who did the Liverpool fans love the most? Klopp. Or Salah?
Well, by the
Ferguson and Roy Keane.
Yeah,
I'm with Fergie all the time.
Exactly.
Because to me, he's the most important figure there. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
and be honest, it will probably spell the end for him anyway, because they say he's Saudi Arabia bound, so we'll see.
Well, that you look at that, you think, yeah. I mean, Graham Souness came out and said, look, it looks like he's on his way out, but then David Ornstein did come out the other day and say no, he looks like he's going to stay for another year. Well, we'll see what happens come the summer. Whether that's going to be the case.
I think he'll go, Norm. I'll be shocked.
I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes. I think if the right money comes in for them, because they're going to need an investment, and I think if the right money does come in for him, you know, they were talking last season 100 million. Whether that will be the case this season,
it's going to be lower, Norm, but because he's still got a year on his contract, hasn't he?
Yeah, I believe he has.
So it might be beneficial for Liverpool just to cash in anyway, because Klopp's gone. Like, say you lose both of them in the same season, it allows the new manager not to one. Remember, he's on some seriously inflated wages, you know.
Who's that?
Salah.
Yeah, but D, you might be saying he's inflated. No, but D, he's on inflated wages. But look at his goals, mate. This guy scored 210 goals for Liverpool.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be paying that. You look at. Listen, would you rather pay that? Would you rather pay that money to Mo or Rashford?
No, but that's the thing. Like, what can you say to Mo Salah when he wants the wages? What have you done for us?
Yeah. But I'll tell you what it's interesting though. It'd be interesting to see whether he just sell as many shirts as Rashford. I know the fan base is not as big, but then, you know, if you did it in a ratio of fan base to the player, if he's selling,
maybe he doesn't. But in terms of forget shirt sales, Liverpool are paying him that money because of what he's done. Generally in football, you get paid for what you've done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then they're hoping it's going to continue going forward, because you can't pay someone for what they're going to do because you don't know what that is.
Exactly.
You're just hoping that the wages will equate to what they're going to do.
Yeah. But he's obviously Liverpool's. Is he, Coco? I mean, obviously you know a lot about your team. I'm assuming he's Liverpool's highest goal scorer. Is that the case, or is he? Because I know what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name? Rush. Was Rush the highest goal scorer for them? Was it Rush?
Was it Ian Rush?
Was it Ian Rush? Was it Ian Rush? I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't Fowler, was it? I think it was Ian Rush. No,
I don't think. I
think it was Ian Rush.
I can't remember whether he's surpassed that. Now, Kofi, if you know, please put it in the chat. Anybody.
But this is the thing, Norm, and I think we've seen this at Man United. A lot of players have this starting clause or not being subbed after a certain amount of minutes clause in their contract, especially them on the big wages. So, and then what happens is the board almost back that because they're paying the players so much money. That's what I'm hearing, Jay, that this happens. Because sometimes when you're seeing superstars not playing well, and us as fans are saying, just sub them, get them out of it, and they don't, you say, well, okay, why? So I'm not saying it's true, but it feels like there may be that where I've got to play 60 minutes
I don't believe that
before you pull the plug.
I don't believe
that
Klopp is allowing something to go in a contract that he's not in control of how many minutes somebody plays on the football pitch. I just don't think it. Those guys, he's got too much power at Liverpool. In fact, he's got so much power at Liverpool. That's the reason they got rid of everybody like he fell out with, those football director guys. And now he's leaving, they're bringing them all back.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
So I honestly, I don't think Klopp's got too much power. There's no way he's saying, you're telling me how much minutes you're going to play.
Yeah. And the thing is, and I look at it from our club, Jay, and before when Bruno
and probably do something dumb like that,
and that's what I'm saying, because when Bruno and Rashford are thinking up, and we're saying just sub them, and they don't get subbed, they play the full 90, and you say, hold on, what am I missing here? And then you remember what Ed was speaking about appearance fees, where sometimes we say, why are we putting someone on for 4 minutes? What are they going to do in 4 minutes? But it's a bigger picture to what we understand as fans, to what Ed was saying. The contract says, even if it's 4 minutes, you've got to get him on so he gets his match day bonus and stuff like that. So I wonder if it works the same way with some certain people off before 60 minutes. Because
I just can't believe it, D. Honestly, I don't. I don't think you can operate a large club like that.
It would be mad, wouldn't it?
It'd be crazy. I mean, that's the complete opposite to the NFL. The NFL, they're keeping you off the pitch so you don't get some of the bonuses, depending on who you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're not putting you on because they don't want to pay it out.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But just talking of money, and obviously how we see how the Premier League is funded and now clubs are funded by the rich owners and stuff like this. It's something I kind of spoke to you guys about before we come on the show. And Jay, get your thoughts on it. Shed a little bit. I've kind of looked into it. So and people in the chat, please feel free to put in your thoughts as well. When it comes to this, the old PSR stuff and FFP and all of that. And the last time we spoke about clubs, like whatever revenues that they raise. This is something that they Premier League want to put in the pipeline to replace PSR. Whatever revenue they raise as a club, so the bigger clubs that raise a lot of revenue can spend 75 to 8% of that. Okay, they're now introducing this new thing where a cap. Now it's not a cap on wages. I think it's more on a cap on spending, which encompasses wages as well as transfers. Now, my understanding of this, having listened to it, just briefly reading it, is that the bottom club that say comes last, like Sheffield United, for example, they're going to get a parachute payment of around about, I don't know, it could be anywhere between 90 to 100 million. Let's just keep it. We don't know the exact figures, but let's just say 100 million. Okay, for the teams at the now, I need to understand this. Is it for the team that finished in the top 6, or is it all the teams going down, descending down, will get X amount, like times, like, so for instance, like we've been told that they'll get 5 times the amount of the team that finishes bottom. Is that for all teams in the Premier League, or is that for like the top 4, the top 6?
Right. So let's take the Premier League as it stands now, right? So this is my understanding of it. It's not the parachute payment. It's the TV revenue that they.
Oh, sorry. Okay, TV revenue. Right.
Yeah, that's divided up, right, Jay?
Yeah. So for example, if Sheffield United, I don't know, got 100 million. Let's just say they earned 100 million in TV. It's more than that. It's like 140 something, I believe. What they're saying is they're going to times that. The number I heard was like 4.5, whatever. Yeah. So let's say that was it. So it's 450 million. Let's say that, right? So what they're saying is every single Premier League, all 20 Premier League clubs, your budget is a 450 million on player transfer fees and player salaries. You cannot exceed 450 million.
And that's for all 20 clubs.
All 20 Premier League clubs. So
they're basing it on the club that finishes.
They base it on what the club finished bottom got paid out. So it's all about parity. So everybody gets the same number.
Right.
And this is why the likes of Manchester United and Man City would have voted against it. I'm surprised Arsenal and
Tottenham
and Liverpool.
We voted for it because I think it's because we can't spend the sort of revenues that you guys have. We can't match that. So I think this is something that Wenger's always kind of called for, this kind of level playing field, because he's always complained about, and our thing was getting into Champions League year in, year out, not winning it, but just getting it so we could get the money to do what we need to do. We had that restriction of, obviously, we had to pay for the stadium and all of that. Now that's all paid for now, whatever money's, because, listen, our match day, we get a full house, Our match day revenues back then was like about £1 million. So that, just say it. So half and half, you're playing 38 games, so 19 home games, right? That's to say that's 19 million, But then on top of that, you got people buying food, season tickets,
drinks, all the rest of it,
So that all adds up and everything else. But you then look at the other ruling, which was whatever revenues like you make. So if Man United make £1 billion in revenue, because you can do that,
right?
You have to spend up to 75% of that on players.
But as well, Nom. But as well, if Sir Jim goes down the route which he's talking about, as in knocking down Old Trafford and rebuilding it, then I think he puts us even more at a disadvantage if we're not playing at home and having that home revenue of 77,000 in the stadium, and then the money that's going to be being pushed out to service the debt or facilitate having the new stadium rebuilt. I think we may be in a not in a position to what Arsenal were, where we got to pay out for the stadium, because I think Sir Jim and his guys could probably pay for it, but I don't think they're just going to pay for it out of their own pockets. That's why we're talking about the Wembley and all this kind of stuff.
I don't think that in this model, that doesn't mean anything. So in this model, that doesn't matter, because the stadium costs have nothing to do with the cap. That's one of the things Everton got caught by, because the stadium costs did impact them.
That's what. Right.
This is all about squad costs and salaries.
So and that's it, Jay.
It's not a salary cap. It's not a salary cap as such, but it is one, because
it's like a governance.
You can say to a player now, I can't pay you that because that's going to take us over the 450 million. I can't be paying 5-man, 60 million a year, and I still need to go out and buy all these players, right?
So what would happen then? So basically, what would happen then? The knock-on effect from this is that would you find then in like a club like Man United and City, would the parity of payments now, would there be parity right across the board for all players now? Because if you're paying they'll still reward them based on
I don't.
Yeah, because you're still gonna have superstars, Norm, innit?
You look at any sport that's got salary. You take, I don't know, NFL or there's always like, so for example, the quarterback, Kirk Cousins this year is getting $67 million.
It's ridiculous, mate. Absolutely ridiculous.
Where you've probably got an offensive lineman who's probably picking up. If he picks up $1 million check, he's happy.
Exactly.
Right.
But
the balance is wrong, isn't it?
Jay, if you're playing in that team, and you know that quarterback is picking up 67 million. All right, I know. Listen, £1 million.
And you're blocking for him. I'm blocking for him so he doesn't end up on his ass.
Jason, he's paying my car bill. He's paying all my every time we eat out. He's paying.
He does sort them out though. Generally,
it's
like an unspoken rule. The
quarterback,
right, definitely the offensive line. He will look after them.
That's right.
Buy them Rolexes and
all that.
Some investment.
Because these guys, I have to look out for these guys because these guys are going to stop this guy from this 350 pounder wants to like
knock his block off.
I need this guy to do whatever he can to stop it.
Right.
That Rolex.
It makes, that way. It makes sense. It makes an awful lot of sense.
You've got to knife him up.
So you obviously from your opinion, obviously your clubs have voted against it, and again, it's still up in the air. So for you, the model for you would be whatever you earn, you can spend up to that 75 to 8% of that. I mean, for the other clubs, I mean, they're not going to benefit much like the clubs like out of the top six because they're not going to make that sort of money that you guys are making. So I mean, it's fair. It's fair in a sense what the Premier League want to do. But say, for instance, is there a possibility that we can break the rules? And if you did break the rules, what would be the
So I think that's the thing though, the norms. That's why they're bringing this in, because you're still going to be fines and points deductions and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
But it's very clear what the rule is now. The argument that they have at the moment is these clubs are saying it's too subjective. I don't understand it properly. Right?
100%.
This is really clear. This is it. You could not spend it, and it's the same for everybody.
Right.
It's not one rule for Everton, an own number for Everton, one number for Man United, or whatever it is. It's just the same number.
I know Dee talked about a luxury tax, So for the team that does end up breaking the rules, to Man City and maybe to you guys, it might not mean anything.
It's not worth it. Chelsea, all the clubs that's got big money owners, a luxury tax is good. We'll just pay it anyway. But I think the Premier League needs to be careful what they wish for. And, you want the league to be competitive. It's competitive anyway, the Premier League. Let's be quite frank, even the way it is now. Yeah. You've got Manchester United spending millions and millions and millions, and we're still getting whooped by, Bournemouth and teams right? Played off the spot. So the Premier League is competitive. The Premier League is not like Spain. We know every week you can get beat by somebody, even though you're better than them. We know this in the Premier League. And as part of the attraction, okay, I get it at the moment. It's a little bit boring when Man City keep winning the title. So I get that.
Yeah. So I think there's 115 reasons why they keep doing that.
Well, exactly, mate. Exactly, mate.
I thought I'd just put that in for you.
No, it's actually 116 now, Norman.
Is it? Well, where did you get that one from? Chris Wood.
But I think they need to be careful though. I think the Premier League just needs to be careful here because if you make it like people tune in all around the world, that's why the Premier League is earning all of this TV money and all this sort of stuff, right? And let's be frank, people only tune into the Premier, or most people tune into the Premier League in Asia or whatever because they want to watch Liverpool, they want to watch Man United, they want to watch Chelsea. They don't want to watch Everton versus Sheffield United.
No,
right? It's of no interest to them. But the reality is if Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea can no longer keep attracting all of these players because we've hamstrung our own team.
By putting the
cap. And these teams, these players can now, all the best players in the world end up in Germany and all of a sudden, all of that money that the Premier League get, that La Liga is looking at the Premier League and jealous, can't stand us for.
Yeah.
It
goes the other way.
They're not going to be stupid enough to hamstring all their teams.
Yeah,
no, they're not.
that makes a lot of sense what you're saying. Yeah. No, that makes 100%. Yeah, no,
and it really is, Jay. Like, be careful what you wish for in that terms. Yeah, no. He's Craig. He's
D. Disclaimer, man. Be careful. Yeah, be careful.
Allegedly, because I'm trying to mess up Normski TV now. Allegedly, I actually saw the tweets. Like, way back, he's a self-declared City fan. This brother was missing sitter after sitter.
I couldn't believe it. Game. There was one.
And they were like, brother, that's a happening. Yeah. It's very shady, man. It came across really bad. And he kept holding his head, but I think deep down he was just laughing while he was holding his head. You know what I mean? Allegedly, Chris Wood, if you're watching, the light's on you, my guy.
Look what's happening. What's happening here? What's happening here?
Expansion.
Yeah, bank balance. Yeah, that's Chris Wood. He's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, that check just dropped nicely 20 minutes after the game. He got a catch up.
Big up to Dad's Army. Lee, you read my mind, mate. Because let me say this. I
agree with you. Dad's Army. Totally.
I'll tell you what.
It never went away, Jay. It never went away, the Super League. Trust me.
No, but I agree with the big clubs because and the thing is, I won't blame them. This would be a great excuse for them as well.
Yeah, if they kept them and said, okay.
I don't understand why you're hamstringing the teams that are bringing you the money. They're bringing the Premier League the money.
Yeah, and it's definitely this is a cake and eat it situation again.
Look at that. It's an actual Man City supporter.
That's what I'm saying, Norms. Allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because we're on. I'm saying allegedly he is, but I've seen his tweets way back. You know what I mean? Man. So it's like, brother.
Yeah, like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, we'll go with
this. As bad as having the alleged guy.
We'll go with the 116 charges then. Yeah,
right. And this is as bad as having the alleged Luton fan in VAR in a game that he can affect allegedly.
Yeah. So you guys covered that last week. I went on last week. I missed it.
Yeah, we spoke briefly.
We'll probably kind of bring it up again because I think what game was it where they did I don't know if anybody listened. I didn't see it. Where they mic'd up. What's the guys that's in charge of Aaron Webb? Did a thing.
Right.
He does that thing with Michael Owen. And
yeah, that's right.
They the audio. I haven't listened to it, so I don't know what the outcome of that was.
I think I said last week, Jay, the way we're going, this VAR is going to have to go to artificial intelligence, bro. Just eliminate the human. Honestly, Norm, it can't be trusted now.
Yeah,
there's too much incidents now to make me think it cannot be trusted. The whole delay, where you know you're not going to give it. Come on, man, stop it.
Just carry on.
Rubbish.
It's got to get the door.
Yeah.
But you know what, D, you're right though, because just as Manchester United have been, and we were terrible against the collapse against Coventry is a joke.
Yeah, shocking.
But let's take that game, right? Earlier in the same day, we seen Ashley Young with 3 instances. One was a handball where he falls down by his side.
That's right, yeah.
Ball comes, hits him, no penalty. That penalty that they got against us, Coventry, that's not a penalty.
Nah, it's not a penalty. Nah, it was soft. And you know what?
All day long.
It was almost like this is the romance of the FA Cup. So give it, because it makes the game interesting.
Yeah.
But United get shaky once they concede one. And I said last week, we saw this against...
lost the game.
Yeah. We saw this against Copenhagen. We saw it against Galatasaray. So when I see it, I say, it's not a penalty. But I knew they were going to give it because they needed the game. They needed to spark the game again.
Yeah,
it was so ridiculous. It was like they're giving this, and then so when they almost like when they pay back and not give the City 4-3 goal, you know, a toenail or the front of his nose tip, whatever they said was offside. You're like, okay, is this because of giving the penalty, the soft penalty? It's almost like they wanted it to go to the drama of extra time and the penalties. And so you look at it and you go, there's a level of rigging that it's almost like you know when they're doing the draws. You can almost say, we're not going to draw Man City yet. We may draw them in the semis, but not in round 16 or whatever. It's the same thing. You almost know that, oh yeah, us guys won't draw them. We'll draw them in the semi-finals, and if we both win, then we'll see him in the finals. But so you know that, I mean, someone was saying that they heat certain balls up for the big teams. So as I touch the ball's warm. Let that one go, pick up a cold ball. I say, get out of it. You can't be doing that. But don't be surprised if that happens, Jay. You know what I mean?
Deflate gate.
Yeah, literally.
But you know what, though, right? You know, it's funny because you talk about VAR, and like the goal Coventry got disallowed to make it 4-3.
Yeah,
I understand that offside with VAR. It's just a matter of fact, isn't it? It's, you know, your wind blow and your shirt, you know, whatever. It's offside.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that because I'm an old school football fan, and I loved it when the attacker got the advantage and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when it's that, as a football fan,
lines when it's just lines, Jay.
Yeah, that went for Man United's favour, so I was happy. Yeah. But really, as a football fan, I don't like those offside decisions. I just think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Because it just goes against everything I was brought up for in the game. You know, back in the day, we was all in school, when we all played football in school, you always shouting, no. That was ball to hand. That's penalty. Right? Now, none of that matters. Like, they're changing the game. And I don't think they're changing it for the better. That's the thing. If you're changing it and it was improving the game, I'm okay with it. But I don't think they are. Because
the truth is as well, if you look at that incident as well, as United are pushing up, which they don't like to do with Harry, plus we're playing a makeshift centre-back in Casemiro. So you got two centre-backs that are probably quite flat on their feet. And this striker knew if he gets on one of their shoulders and spins him, he's away. And that's what he did. And it's offside, you think, actually, no, he played the right game. But then it's almost like they have to intervene because of what went on with the poor handball decision. And then I thought, once they intervened, I just said to Sheen, I think we're going to get away with this. Because I was on the phone with you, Norms, and I was losing my mind. And I was like, this is mad, Norms. I think we're done. And I said, no, they're going to VAR. I said, Norms, watch this. It's almost like they needed penalties, Norm. That's what I thought. They needed the drama and the you know what I mean? Because when you got man's barling on the pitch afterwards because they missed a penalty, it's a cruel thing, you know. And they wanted that cruelness regardless of which team it happened to. And I think in the end that they played that game out for penalties. They did. And then some of the subs that were made were like, man, I shouldn't have subbed him if we were going to penalties. You know what I mean? You can see the managers almost overthinking it a little bit, saying, I should have kept him on. Yeah. So
just I mean, obviously it kind of moves because you're talking about your game. Two of your games, Sheffield United, listen, you're playing. I just want to ask you this question, guys, Eric Ten Hag, let's welcome to Eric Ten Hag's world. That's what's on, right? What is this man smoking? Please tell me what he's smoking. Now, the reason why I'm not saying this statement is because, right, Eric Ten Hag, right, you play Sheffield United and you play Burnley after, These two are relegation fodder.
Propping up the league, Norm.
Propping up the league. I think you've got a goal difference of +1 now, I believe.
Just one.
I don't even know now.
It's just one, Norm. It's one.
Can you explain? I know. In the end, you won it 4-2. Against Sheffield United. But listen, Sheffield United, was 1-0 up. Then I think it went. Did it go 1-1?
1-1, 2-1.
2-1 to Sheffield. Right. 2-1 to Sheffield. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. The Burnley game. They said that Burnley looked like prime Barcelona playing against you guys. Right. Talk to me about your team, man. Talk to me about those two.
I mean, Norm, when you're watching teams come to Old Trafford and just bopping the ball about, to a point that I look at my team and go, we don't look like we're at home here because the way we're scrambling and all this kind of stuff. And it's happening too often. And we saw this in the Champions League as well, where teams are coming to Old Trafford and trying to run us off our own park. It's like, that's like you come into my yard and taking my ball home. It's my yard. Where you going with my ball? And there has to be a level of respect for yourself, putting the shirt on, putting the badge on. There's no pride in the badge, Norm. And for them to say everyone's up for sale apart from the three youngsters, man, I got no problem with that. I really haven't.
None of us have. I don't think no United fan has, really.
It's just like, man.
Sheffield United game. the thing about that game is United actually were more. Normally, these teams like Burnley, they outplay us.
Yeah.
That game, we just kept gifting them chances and they kept scoring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that day, man, that was my birthday, right? And I'm thinking, Man United are going to ruin this thing for me. I'm out with the family trying to follow this thing on my phone. And I'm thinking, they're going to ruin this day for me.
Was it one of those, James? Was it one of those ones?
Yeah, it's one of them ones.
You know
how it goes.
Yeah.
And then trying to do it discreetly, innit?
Right, yeah. I should have said, Mr. Nelly, are you on your phone? No, I just saw something flashing. Something just flashed up there. Put your phone away, mate.
You know, guys, let me just say this to you. We've all been there. I'm sure people in the chat have been there. You know, like when you're out, you're out and you're following the game on your phone and everything, yeah? And obviously when you're winning, everything's all good. Yeah, man, we saved, bro. Yeah. Fist pumps, yeah, all this. Yeah, man, everything good, everything cool, and everything cool. And then, you go back to your phone and look at it and you're thinking, what happened there? Right there, the two right. It's like, I don't want to be at this party. I don't want to be at this dinner. And the people say, what's wrong with you? Listen, I can't hide my feelings, yeah? And listen, but I'm sitting out for dinner, yeah? And you quickly glance at your phone and your heart is going, when you see what just happened there. And then my missus says, Norms, you're right. It's all right, man. Just don't worry about it. don't worry.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, we say yes. And say,
yes, and
oh, by the way, big up birthday to JP, belated birthday. Everybody, big up Jay. Give him all the birthday wishes you can, yeah? He needs it, man.
It's a week late, but don't worry about it.
It's a week late. Listen, Man United are not going to give him any presents, so guys, you need to give him the presents, mate. But yeah, no, so talk to me, yeah. It's kind of mad. With your side, and not only that, yeah, that Burnley game, right, D, right, Anana and the Casemiro, yeah, Anana, what's Anana doing? What is he another boxing match or something?
Well, this is the thing, right? I think with that
he did that in his first Premier League game.
And this is the question, and this is why I want to take Big D to task. I don't know if Jay,
he's allowed to punch though, but not the player.
I want to take Big D to task on this one, yeah.
Yeah, because I back the first one. The first game, I back.
You back the first one.
That was a penalty, mate.
Listen,
this is the
thing, right?
No, D back the first one.
This is him with a goalkeeper, right?
You tell me what the difference is between this, yeah, against Watford, not Watford,
Wolves.
Against Wolves, yeah, and no penalty. That's why Gary Neal's not on
the
side.
The one against Wolves, he actually gets the ball though. He actually punches
through the geezer's head.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though, and this is where I have to back Onana, right? Because all we did was moan that David De Gea stood on his line like a statue, and we conceded soft balls. Now we got a goalkeeper coming. Okay, the last one, his timing was awful. For this one, I just think that was a coming together of bodies because he gets the punching. The last one, I think the timing was off. So the penalty, you're like, you know what, he either gets away with it or the penalty is given. In this case, the penalty is given. But I'd rather a goalkeeper come for it than a goalkeeper just get being beaten on his line because he doesn't move for crosses. And we've had that over the years. So it's like, I have to be careful what I want from a goalkeeper.
But D, in that Wolves game, yeah, all right, Onana got the ball, but he got the man before he got the ball first. In the Burnley game, he gets the man before he gets the ball.
Both of them are penalties.
They're both penalties, man.
They're both penalties. And you know what? Do you know what it is as well? Like, I know David De Gea was terrible at crosses, but for me, David De Gea did what he was supposed to do in save shots. This guy ain't that good at that. I don't care that you can ping a ball. I don't care that you can ping a ball 30 yards. I need you to be a shot stopper. And in his defense,
so you don't think he's got better, Jay, in the last 2 months?
He's got better. I think this is my two things. These are my two things about him that I don't like.
Go on.
I think he gets done at his near post way too often.
Yes, yeah.
Later,
he gets that wrong, doesn't he? The near post thing.
I think he gets done at his near post way too often.
Yeah.
And I think he's too slow. Maybe he's too big. I don't know. He's too slow getting down. So those are the two things I don't like about him. I just don't get a good feel about this guy. If I'm honest, I don't want to like him. I want to support him. I don't get. Every time a shot comes into him, I never feel good.
Right. And the thing is, and I don't know if you remember this, right? When Burnley went down, the time when they went down before they came back up, which was what, 3 seasons ago? No, 2 seasons ago.
Something like that,
yeah. Yeah, 2 seasons ago. And I said, go get Nick Pope. I was like, Nick Pope, obviously now, I know he's injured now, he had the bad injury, but that was the goalkeeper to get because he was on the fringe of England and he got relegated with a very poor defensive team. And I just thought, go get Nick Pope because we were all moaning about the guy. He cost us a lot of games. As much as he saves us a lot of times, he cost us a lot of big games.
Only till the end of last season he did that. He wasn't doing that the season before. Only last season.
I don't know, Jay. I don't know.
I don't think so.
And he can't save a penalty either. Save his life.
No,
now Onana's saved what 3 penalties in 1 season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are good look at that I give him benefit of the doubt.
I tell you this now: if we had David De Gea in goal, we'd probably still be in the Champions League. I don't know about now, but we would have got through the groups. That he cost us the whole Champions League.
Yeah, definitely.
And the thing is, well, for me,
put it this way: he's not going anywhere. He's one of the players that was still be there next year.
Well, I'm not so sure, Jay, because they're talking about if the right money comes in, they're willing to
lose the right money for him. Who's going to offer you the 47 million we just paid for him?
Wow. And the thing you have to remember, Jay, there has to be some level of cutting our losses as well. I think if anything, that when you move on from a disastrous season like we've had, you have to look at certain things and say, okay, yes, because look, we're going to lose money on Harry, right? I mean, because that was the biggest overpay in the history of overpaying.
You think he's going?
Well, probably not now, but I think if 30 or 40 million comes in for him again, they may let him go.
Yeah, I think if the right price comes in, I think they would.
Yeah, they'll let him go. But
I think the fact that they're going to let Rafa Varane go, they're probably going to get who's the other centre back? Lindelof go. So I don't know.
If they keep Leacher, they're talking about obviously Leacher would stay. They're talking about trying to convince Johnny Evans to extend for a season as a backup, and then the Willie guy as a backup, and then you bring in 2 centre backs. But can we trust our team to spend that kind of money with how we have to juggle now because we haven't qualified for Champions League? And so Jim said this in about the second interview. Remember you sent me all them links, Jace, to watch the interviews, and in the second one he said we need to qualify for Champions League because the way FFP is looking right now, after we've been looking over the books, we would have to do a serious wholesale sell.
Why do you think this new CFO's coming in? Because they need to work out how they're going to do
how
this.
How can they get the books?
They know they're not getting Champions League. They know they're not going to get the Champions League now.
Right.
So they got to juggle some. I think by all accounts, we're definitely in the Europa League, though, aren't we?
Yes, because
City's
in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, but what I mean is because we're in the FA Cup final v City.
Yeah,
we automatically
go. Yeah, because City will qualify for Champions League. So whether we beat them or not, as the runners up, we go automatically into the When Southgate comes in, he will make Southgate captain again.
I think
again.
I think Eric Ten Hag's going to be there next year.
Yeah.
So I keep switching, right?
This is the thing, Jay. This is what I would say. If you chop the head off the snake like we've done up top, do you still keep the same manager with all these people coming in? I just don't see it, and I think this is why he's just having these meltdowns in the press conferences, because I think deep down he knows he's gone, so he's trying to talk up the thing like, yeah, man, we were brilliant, we're dynamic. Who's dynamic, bro?
I was going to say that. What world is this guy in? Yeah, what's he smoking? Please,
Norms. I'm watching it. I just mute it in it, and I just mute it. I can't do it anymore.
I just say,
why do you mute that?
What is he? No, seriously, what game is he watching?
But do you know what it is?
It's like I don't know if he's trying to get himself sacked. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's trying to convince. Because I'm telling you, whatever game he's watching,
do you know what it is? I understand the fact, right? I get it. You ain't gonna come out and say
Yeah.
we're awful today.
Yeah.
We give up too much chances. I get it, right? You're not gonna come out and publicly make all of these statements. Apparently, he's cussing the players in the dressing room. Apparently, but don't come out and also, as D would
Chat
say,
nonsense. Yeah.
mug us off.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like you're talking like we don't watch the game. Like the most dynamic, the most entertaining. We're probably the most entertaining for non-Man United fan, but there's no Man United fan that's been entertained.
Oh yeah, we're loving it, guys. We are absolutely loving it.
Exactly. There's no Man United fan that's been entertained by this.
Yeah, but you see, my brother, every time there's a press conference, my brother just calls me. He said, bro, you see the press conference? I said, bro, I just mute it. I can't do it anymore because I know he's just going to go up there and chat some stuff. And my brother said the same thing. What game did he just watch? And it's like you said, Jay, I'm not expecting him to go out there and throw the team under the bus. But when we're underperforming, you have to say it's not what we practice. I'd rather him say this is not what we're doing in training, and I need it to be implemented on the pitch. I'd rather him say that than chat about brilliance and dynamic. We're not dynamic.
Did I
we're
send
not
you that
brilliant.
video, Sir Alex? Did I say that? I hate going back in the past, right?
Yes, you did. Yes, yeah.
Right, when Sir Alex to Norm, I sent the video of Sir Alex Ferguson at Aberdeen.
Yeah,
Aberdeen won the cup final, right? And it's quite a famous video. Many people have seen it. He's cussing the team.
Yeah,
he's cussing the performance of the team, saying it's terrible. That is not the standards that we set at this football club. They just won the cup, you know. Right. But do you know what? Do you know what it reminded me of? My boy that I listen to quite a bit when I'm following American sports, Shannon Sharp.
Shannon
Sharp says that a coach said to him early in his career, you never accept in a win what you won't accept in a defeat.
Okay.
And that is what happens right now at Manchester United Football Club.
Yeah.
Because
the
we
standards
win a game
on the floor, Jay.
Right, we're okay with the stand. Oh, we won the game.
Yeah.
No.
Don't
accept in a win what you won't accept in a defeat. Expect standards. And Ferguson's like, we won the cup, but that's not our standards.
And they're just like getting to the FA Cup final. I thought, hold on. Like, we're 3-0 up and we can't defend a 3-0 lead.
Did I text it to you? Who did I say it to? I sent it to someone that day. Wow. Don't let them score. Because if they score, we'll collapse.
Yep.
And that's what's happening.
That's exactly what happened. I know this team.
It's like, and then now I keep seeing all the Jose Mourinho memes saying, I called this when I was here. I told the club to get rid of this, and they're still there.
He said
Jose said it.
A couple of players are still there. So my assumption is he's talking about Anthony and Martial and Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Because that's the only ones I can really think that's still there for me.
Maybe Rashford as well.
No, he liked Rashford.
Yeah,
he liked Rashford. I don't think he liked Rashford.
Yeah, but Rashford. I think the thing is, Rashford is just bringing so much drama to your club. I mean,
he said he don't want to go on.
I know, but there's talk though. If the right offer comes in, there's figures being banded around like 70 million. PSG.
I think they'll take it because even Arsenal were linked to him.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say, and the thing about
would you take him though?
Well, if we did, we would sing this song.
Oh man, $100 million down the drain.
No, but we would not be paying. We would not be paying 100 million for him. I'll tell you that now. But
I heard someone talk about this, Norman, so that United should be looking at between 120 and 150 for Marcus.
Nah,
are you serious?
No way, Jose.
Like that's delusional for me. I'll be like,
we could have got that last year. Maybe last year.
Exactly.
Form. Yeah. Not on this year's form.
No chance. No.
But you know what? He might get it because he might still command a decent fee. Hopefully,
because
he's young, and he's actually he's a commercial. You can sell him.
Yeah. I mean,
the man fed the kids. The man fed the kids for Pete's sake. You can sell that.
Yeah, but you know what? It's interesting that his people are coming out saying that Marcus has no desire to leave Old Trafford. It's interesting, and he will do what it takes to win the fans back over. But I'm tired of that big talk now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm like, just go do it. Don't talk about it. Go do it.
Yeah. No, I hear that. But yeah, listen, look, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen in the summer. I think earlier on in the show, Jay, you said that in terms of going forward, Man United are making the right moves in terms of, clearing the decks, getting in the right people, sacking this one, sacking that one, and bringing in like Broda and Ashworth and what's the other fella from was he
Jason Wilcox? Yeah,
from
Southampton, wasn't it?
Blackburn winger. He was a Blackburn winger back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah,
I think when they won the title.
With Shearer and
Shearer, yeah. And what's the other fella? He's the Tottenham. He managed Tottenham. What's his name? Tim Sherwood.
Yeah. That's right.
He played in there. I mean, I know you asked the question whether would we take Rashford. He's got too much baggage, mate. He's got too much baggage.
Yeah.
I mean, some people turn around and said that maybe Arteta could, turn him around.
Well, the thing is, I think Arteta would. I think Arteta would make sure that he's coached properly, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll give Arteta that. I think Arsenal. When I watch Arsenal play, I think that Arsenal look well coached. We don't look well coached, no.
Clearly, they're well coached. You can't have that defensive record and not be well coached.
Yeah,
Can I just go back to this whole thing about being well coached? And I get it. Arteta is doing a good job in sense of that. You can see that.
Ooh.
That's good for you, Norm. That's progress, my guy. I love that.
No, boy, if Ian Harris is watching, mate, he's gonna say, I told you, flip flopper. No. What I'm trying to say, listen, I would give respect where respect is due. Now, just going back to the whole coaching thing now. When Ten Hag was coming to you guys, you was looking at a manager, you're thinking, you looked at the Ajax side that he coached, and you thought that side looks well coached. Now he's coming now, and he's things when he was going pretty much AWire. He turned around and said, I can't coach these players. I can't coach them I haven't got the players to do what I need to do. So I've just got to work with what I've got. Now, that's not really good coming from, a coach saying that, the players that I've got, currently I've got. And remember, he would have bought some of these players as well. And
he's saying they're not coachable. And that's what he's saying, like, indirectly, isn't he? And so you say, bro, you can't say this. Who invited Deutsch? I'm the
new black Deutsch. Boy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so you can't buy players and say they're not coachable. You bought them. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be your guys. Anthony, these guys are your guys.
Okay, so hear what there. Jace, you said are you on the fence with Ten Hag?
No, do you know what? I'm not really. Now, I tried to back Ten Hag for ages. I think I'm.
Yeah, me
you know
too.
what it is? The problem I've got. You didn't understand. I tried to back him for. The problem I've got with Ten Hag right now, and I think I agree he overachieved in his first season, probably.
Yeah.
But the issue I've got is this Man United team. From the very first game of the season, I was cussing performance. I was talking about how open we was and all that stuff. And 30 games later, 5 games or whatever we are later, I'm still saying the same thing.
Same thing.
And that I'm saying to myself, all the injuries that you've had, right? And he's had injuries, but generally the injuries that have really hurt him is in that back line.
Yeah, the back line,
right? That defensive back is really hurting. And I get it because look at Arsenal. Arsenal's been really stable in that back line most of the season. And you can see the benefit for that, right? So I understand all of that.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem with him is if you've got all these injuries, why not adapt the tactics based on what the players you've got? Because you adapted last year. When you came out in the first 2 games, you tried to play this brand of football and you realised it weren't going to work with the players you got. So you changed them. You changed the tactics. This season, you've gone gun-ho and said, I'm not changing nothing. And that's the biggest issue I've got. Because I look at this team and I'm like, we concede so many shots and it doesn't change. Yeah. And how do I justify that? How do I justify Man United being a laughing stock, conceding the second most shots in the Premier League, going into May of the season, and we've got a +1 goal difference?
I mean,
this is embarrassing.
Yeah, it's mad. 34 games, and we're +1. It's like
+1. It's embarrassing.
Come on, man. 4 games to go, Norm. With 4 games to go, and we've just got a +1 goal difference. I mean, in what world does that happen to a top 16? It doesn't. It just doesn't. It's
pretty.
If you look at Tottenham, we cut Tottenham. Tottenham on plus 15, and Song was out for a whole minute. So was Maddison.
Yeah.
So this whole we had the injuries, like that's just weak for me. That's just a lame excuse because that's why we have a squad. And all the times, Norm, he was overplaying certain players when we're saying use the squad. Up to last week, I'm saying, how is Ahmad not starting this game? Because of the favourites. So if his favourites getting fired, then that's on him, man. There's no sympathy here from me because they're the ones that you hung your hat on week in, week out when they weren't performing for you. You could see when the players stop running, Jay. We've all seen it. You're like, it's not. He's lost the ball and he's not saying, let me get back. And even if I get a foul, a silly yellow card, let me show that I'm annoyed with myself for giving away sloppy stop and putting the team back on a counter-attack, the opposition. But you're not even seeing that. Just shrug of the shoulders, head goes down, you do a light jog, and then you go back into the walk. It's like, you were
I mean, the Man United sides that I know of,
horrible.
They ran to the last whistle. When it went to Fergie time, they kept going. Dare I ring up my mate and go, because obviously Man United were obviously winning the leagues, in the early noughties, and obviously throughout the 90s. And the thing for me was every time I used to ring my mate, where it's like the team, the way team's like 1-0 up, yeah, and there's about 6 or 7 minutes added time, not like the obviously added time you get now, but it went into Fergie time, but these guys never stopped running. And literally, 6 minutes is enough for them to go and win that game. That used to happen so often.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That used to happen so often. Because Man United was a hard team to break down and score against back in the day. Now, as you said, you're the second worst.
Yeah. But as well, Norm, there were respected leaders on all those United teams.
Yeah.
Where your captain literally just pull you by your top of your shirt and say, "What are you doing? Stop that foolishness. That's not what we do." If Roy Keane's in his man's diving, he'd grip them up and say, "No, we can win the game without you diving. Don't be doing that."
But what would Roy Keane do if his team is up 3-0 and they come back and Coventry come back to galvanising the guy? You can't sink your head, stop like panic and go into your shell. Where's your character?
He would go and get a goal. Same as Brian Robson, he'd go and get a goal. He said it'd be like, this game is not going to penalties. We're going to win this 4-3, and then go and win this game 4-3. But they wouldn't be conceding. They wouldn't be throwing away 3-goal leads though. Not very often.
No.
And how often we've done it this season? It's like you almost know we're 2-0 up. They're going to score. If they score one, they'll probably score 2.
They're going to come back.
It's too predictable, Dom.
I watched This Is Football. Stick to Football. Sorry, I was watching Stick to Football the other day. And I heard Jamie Carragher say that the biggest thing for him in that game was when United, all right, you let them come back, it's a disappointment, whatever. Now you go off the pitch, you get to speak to the coach in preparation for extra time, and they come out in extra time and they're just as bad.
Yeah.
Like Coventry he's like, where's the impact?
Where's it? Yeah, because normally, there's that saying, like, if you have a bad half, you go in, and normally the commentator will say they can't come out doing the same thing. But literally, Man United came out and looked worse. How does
that happen? How does that happen?
But it's like anything. It's like Jason and me play golf. You play around the golf. It just said you have 2 terrible holes. Like 1, 2, and 3 are awful. You're not still dwelling on that on the 14th tee box.
You might as well walk off. You might as well stop playing.
Yeah, you might as well, yeah. And that's what I don't get is that okay, you've conceded. Now let's galvanise it because the truth is, our quality than their quality is far superior. We can beat these guys the next time. We don't have to go to penalties. And we just didn't have the quality. It's almost like, they're a championship team, but they're a championship team with heart. So I look at that and go, nah, man, there's no heart there. There's not enough players that want it badly enough because it's easily. I was watching a video the other day, Norm, of these guys leaving training, and I get it. They're probably your. I'm a petrol head, but Norm, if you saw the breeder cars coming out of Old Trafford, I was just like, Lord have mercy, that's what he's driving. I mean, regular players, that barely make the pitch. If you see what they're pressing, Norm, you'll be like, yo, that's what he's driving. I should have said, that's why I don't want football anymore, D. I should have cutting me. But your back standard players that holding bench, driving 400 grand cars and all that madness, you're like, wow.
Just quickly, off the back of what Root Cause just put in the comments here, if Man United do get their act together with what they're doing off the field in terms of getting rid of, the people that obviously dragged Man United down to a right low state, and they start doing the right business and doing the right due diligence with the club, would you agree with Root Cause that in the cup, I don't know how long it's going to take before you guys start challenging? Do you think that we need to kind of like we're looking over our shoulders when that happens? I mean, are you positive about the future? As I said, is the future bright? Is it orange, as it were? What are your feelings when it comes to Man United getting back on track? And if they do get back on track, will there be a force to be reckoned with? And how long do you think?
So. I mean, I feel good. I feel good about just. It's hard to say, right? In the sense of will it work? Who knows if it will work? Yeah. But at the moment, I feel good about the moves that they're making, because we knew as Manchester United fans that the structure of the club was completely broken. And they've come in, and the first thing they've said is forget the manager, forget the players. Let's sort the structure out, and then we'll work our way down to the manager and work our way down to the players. And that makes you feel a bit better about things because they're just doing it the right way. And I know that the thing about Manchester United is like we were saying this when we were talking about the takeover, as much as me and D used to say, give us the Qatari checkbook and all that sort of stuff.
You know what I mean?
But the reality is about Manchester United is they didn't need
the money.
The money of they just needed to be run properly. They just needed people to stop paying off. And we're still paying the debt anyway, but not having to pay all this money, debt, and the Glazers dividends. And so as part of Jim Ratcliffe deal, they're not allowed to take dividends for X amount of years and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know.
And the truth is, he doesn't need it, does he, Jay? So Jim doesn't need it. I'm not being funny.
Well, not him. The Glazers aren't allowed to take dividends. He doesn't want dividends. The Glazers. He said, you can't take dividends.
Right, because that's what he said. Because he said if you're giving me the football side of it, then don't take no money from the football side of it, for sure. So everything that football generated has to stay in the club, so we can do what we need to do. And for so long we've had these Bristol University bankers running everything, and we've had to sit there and watch it and go, they don't know what they're doing. You remember how often we spoke about 6-7 weeks to get a single transfer over the line? Because they're just money men, they're not footballing men. So I think for him to come in, literally just swing the axe and say,
just get the right people, people, the director of football, CEO, just get this infrastructure or the structure right. This
is what I would say to Root Cause, is that because we have so many players on these huge inflated wages, this is where they're going to work some magic. And this is a reason why I wanted Qatari, in the sense of they would have no problem saying, listen, thank you for your services. How much do we owe you? There's your 10 mil. Bye-bye.
Just buy it.
And I don't think St. Jim's going to do that. So we have to sell. And this is where all the people in their new positions now got to work some magic to say, okay, we're going to take a bit of a hit, but if we can, move as many of the deadwood on the big wages possible, because then what it has, it keeps Jacoby Minos and Garnachos, all these guys that are not on that inflated money, keeps them a little bit hungry, and when they get rewarded, you're going to see that they've earned it. They're going to earn that number 10 shirt or that number 7 shirt or whatever shirt they're craving. They're going to earn that, rather than just give them the 10 because we can spin it for commercial. Give them the 7.
The only thing there, though, D, right? Just on the Qatar, and it's all hearsay right now because we don't know what they would do. But the only thing I disagree on there is I don't actually think the Qataris would have wrote a check to write off the whatever we owe Marcus Rashford or whatever. You know what? Because they clearly show you we don't throw money because we got money. We don't throw it away.
We're just going to throw it around willy nilly.
And they showed you that in the negotiation. Like we think it's worth this. We're not paying it anymore.
We're not paying more.
And they made a point that they don't. So I don't think they would have just be coming in and throwing money around anyway.
I think D's just frustrated with the players, so he would just pay them off.
because you know what it is, right?
Really, that's just not good business. Like I don't.
No, it's not. No.
You're gonna try and they're saying we don't show ourselves to be
right.
The Qataris, that is. We're not going to show ourselves to be ignorant business people. We're going to make proper business decisions. So I think they would still be trying. Let them. They might write off some salary because you're not going to get 75 million for Jadon Sancho. So you might have to take something. But
Jay,
I think these guys know this. These guys know we're not going to get 75 million for Jadon Sancho, but we're not going to give him away.
Yeah, right.
He's playing well at the moment. So you're going to have to pay for him if you want it.
But it's the same with Mason Greenwood. Now they're saying that a Premier League team has inquired about him, but they're saying we're not going to give him away, which is interesting. Like if you want him, then this is going to be the price. It's not extortionate. They're talking 30-40 million for Mason, which is not extortionate for a striker of that quality. So it's going to be interesting to see that when the offers come in, if they do come in, how do we move? You know what I mean? Because I suppose, in a sense, I would rather Mason go abroad. I would hate for Mason to stay in the Premier League and come to Old Trafford and bang a hat-trick. I'll be fuming.
Yeah, for sure.
Get him out of here. You know what I mean? Once I get him out of here, get him gone abroad. Don't let him. Don't let
you get killed in the league. I think you get killed in the league anyway. You get killed in this country. He's better off abroad because he's not getting the same level of attention. But if he's here, it's all on him, man.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, there's rumours that he's actually disappointed in United after the court case was squashed. He felt that they didn't really like them pushing him away. He didn't feel that was supportive. So I think the mindset is that as much as he loved playing for United, he'd rather just move on because he felt that he was let down by, and the people who were let down by, most of them are gone, Jay, which is interesting. All the people that he feels let him down have gone. Because I don't think Eric Ten Hag had any power into what happened with Mason. I think they just told Eric at this moment in time, Eric, we're doing.
He just came into a bad situation.
He did, yeah, exactly. A bit with the Ronaldo thing as well. So and someone yesterday that they were saying, Sliding, the Dutch brother, he was saying that he said that Eric's downfall has started with the way he handled Ronaldo. And it just, all that negativity and toxicity just rubbed off on the whole squad. And that's why this season's been up, because of what went on with Ronaldo. I'm like, okay, that could be a reach. I get it. But he said you had a high profile player like that and you showed the squad how you could disrespect him for all what he's done to the game.
Yeah.
And then expect that remaining squad to respect you as a coach. This is what Sliding was saying. I was like, he got a point there. I didn't think of it like that at the time, but when he was saying it, I was like, you know what? If that was my manager, I'd be like, I'm looking at you sideways, mate, because I've done nowhere near in the game what he's done, and that's how you're handling him. How you gonna handle me if I mess up? And so, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, he's probably right. So he was saying that if he got the axe, then it's on him rather than the players. And I say, nah, some of it's got to be on the players as well. Because you're all compensated very well. That's how I see it, right? A player on 15k a week, Norm, sounds really low in the Premier League. That's 15 grand a week, Norm. That's a lot of money, Bridging. I don't care who's in anyone's bank account. You pull in 15k a week, and you're telling me I'm only on 15 grand.
Not if you've got to keep up with the Joneses, it's not.
That's true, no. But like what you said, Jason, in the NFL, we're going out to dinner. Bruno and Rashford are paying. Bruno and Rashford are paying. That's who's paying for dinner tonight. I'll come for dinner, but I ain't paying, and I'm drinking as much wine as I'm allowed in my quota for before 2 days before a match or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean,
you think the NFL is a bit different, though, isn't it?
It is,
The NFL is more like you got to look after me, and it's football.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
football's not like that.
No, it's totally different. Totally different.
Yeah, it can be a lot.
I know Jay's got a run now, so
yeah, my
no
missus
worries,
is
bro.
on my case.
No worries.
I can see the shotgun just in the mirror.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, big up Jay. Thanks for coming on,
respect,
mate.
bro.
Listen,
We're just going to finish off now, just with the Arsenal game, and just rip it.
No, well done to you, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man.
I really appreciate it.
You're doing your job, Norm.
That's all we can do.
That's all
we can do. Just keep going. And as Craig said, we might win all our 3 games only to end up finishing second.
Yeah. It's the Villa game that killed you. The Villa game killed you.
The Villa game. So it is what it is. But Jay, big up to you, man. Big up to you, bro.
Take it easy, guys.
All right, take care.
Yeah, man. Nice one, Jay.
Yeah. So let me just quickly finish off with the Arsenal game. Craig, we did kind of talk about the spending cap. So if you sort of get a chance when you rewind, it was kind of sort of more towards the early part of the show. We did talk about the spending cap in depth. So please feel to go back and rewind on that, mate, if you missed that bit. But just quickly, just want to go on to obviously the big North London derby. London is red, people in the chat. Listen, man, put some red emojis in there. Whatever you want to do, man, put some red emojis in there. Yeah, London is red. Is red. I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, just put that in there. Yeah, just put that in there.
But Norm, if you deep it right, Norm, between your team and my team, we can have Pep having a trophyless season, and Klopp having a season equivalent to Ten Hag's first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, proper, man.
That would be jokes, bro. That would be jokes for real.
Yeah. No, for real, mate. But no, it's mad. But listen, what a game, though. Bit of a roller coaster. But the Villa game is the thing that mashes up. Yeah, and the Fulham game as well. If we win after Liverpool, lose against Crystal Palace, all we had to do. Yeah, but
just hold
we
it
had
down.
Chances. Yeah, hold it down. We had chances. We had chances in that first half. But then I was talking with my son. I said, Villa coming back into this game. And in the end, listen, Unai Emery outsmarted Arteta. But listen, we bounced back from that game. Obviously, 2 London wins, because it was pressure. Because we had to go away to Wolves. We won that Wolves. Then we had the Chelsea game at home. And then, obviously, Tottenham were the ones who said that they're going to put an end to our campaign. Obviously not. Yeah? Obviously not. London, let me say this now, Chile, if you're in the chat, London is red. High line. Come on, man. Look, that's the problem with Ange, man. He won't change his tactics.
Yeah. He's stubborn like that, isn't he?
What's the name? Getting a goal and assist. Havertz getting a goal and assist. Fantastic assist from him for the second goal. It was an own goal by I think it was Højbjerg. I think he scored that own goal. It was either a home goal. Well, what a header, mate! If he did that in the other end, then but he did it in the opposite end and scored. Ended up scoring an own goal to make it 1-0. And literally, I mean, listen, I'm not going to lie. They had the most possession in terms of. I think the possession was, I can't remember what it was exactly in terms of the stats. I think the possession was 62% possession to our 37. But at the end of the day, it's the 3 points that matter because possession doesn't always win you a game. Yeah, you've got to put the ball in the back of the net. And the problem with, as I said, with Ange Ball is that he doesn't play in any other way. Yeah, we played kind of like a low to a mid block. We let them have the ball, and then literally. One ball over the top. They're all pushed up. I mean, when that ball came over the top, Ben Davies was way over the other side. Van der Ven, who's probably their fastest player, what I mean, mate, he saved them. If it wasn't for Van der Ven's speed, mate, we could have been winning that game 6-2. Yeah. But it is what it is. And, all the Tottenham fans were giving it online and saying that we're going to end your season and blah, blah, blah. But we're still in the race. 3 games to go. We've got Bournemouth coming up this Saturday, early kickoff, followed by, as I say, listen, let's put rivalry aside. Yeah, we come to Old Trafford at some point.
Old Trafford.
Now, I know Jay says he wants Man City to win. I know why he wants Man City, even though he can't stand them and they're 116 charges and all that madness.
Yeah.
Whereas I think for you, your thing is this, bro. If we lose, I get it because I don't really want Man City getting a 4p. Yeah,
the 4p and obviously Liverpool out the equation. But we're saying we're out the equation now. We think them wheels have really come off. So, but yeah, it's and the thing is, in a strange way, the rivalry that the Arsenal and United had in the Wenger and Fergie era was real, man. Like that was 100%. Like that you know what I mean? It's like it's Arsenal, Man United, and so when we were off the pace and watched Liverpool and City kind of going head to head, we were sort of looking in, like, you know what I mean, just looking in the background. So now you guys have stepped up to give City a run. Then that's it. That's what it is. It would have been nice that we were there with you guys in a 3-horse race, but that's not that's not the story right now. That's football.
Just talking about this. Yeah, one of the fans came all the way from, I can't remember what country it was, and they were standing up at the top, right? And the away fans were singing to them, like, you know what I mean. And the guy opened up his shirt like Clark Kent. Yeah. He was sitting in the away end, and he's open.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, and he had the Arsenal shirt on, and I say, yeah, big up to you. Now, mate, I can't remember where he came from. If anybody can remember where he came from, what country he came from, let me know, put it in the chat, you know what I mean? But yeah, he was like, yeah, have some of this, you know what I mean? But yeah, a game, listen, you know, you look at that game, and if you just saw the possession alone, because look, as I say, Tottenham had all the possession, but we were more clinical, and the goals were gifted. Raya, what was Raya doing, people? What was Raya doing? I think Chile was one of those Tottenham fans wearing a Man City top. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and there's this question. It's come back out. It's reared its head again. Like Jens Lehmann came out and was talking about this again after the Raya gifted Tottenham goal. What was Romero? Romero is a defender.
Yeah.
And he's kicked the ball to Romero. Romero was playing up front now. Yeah. How he was up front, I have no idea. I don't know what Raya was doing. All he had to do was launch that ball. You now start putting pressure on yourself. And then we give away the penalty. I'm not going to blame Rice too much because he couldn't see where I think it was Højbjerg, I think that he brought down. As he went to, instead of kicking the real football, he decided he's going to kick 2 more balls.
And it literally just took a man out. You know the ones.
The never regions, the never regions. and obviously they get the penalty 3-2, but Arsenal held out, professionally done well, and held out to make it 3-2. And that was a massive win for us. And then you say, over to you, Man City, and you're hoping that Nottingham Forest, Chris Wood, as I said, Man City supporter, allegedly.
Right, you know what I mean?
You're thinking Nottingham Forest are fighting for their life because they're not safe at the moment. Brentford and Brentford and Everton are safe, but Nottingham Forest, they're still fighting. So I thought they were. I mean, for the first sort of 20, 25 minutes, they did okay. But then I think it was Gaviol scored a headed goal. And then I think their game ended up 2-0 in the end. I think it was 2-0. Was it 2-0 to Man City? I believe it was 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0, yeah.
Erling Haaland.
Haaland,
Scoring in the
because he benched he benched Foden.
That's right, but I think he was resting him. Do you know what I mean? I think he was resting him.
Well, it's saving Foden to unleash on us in the FA Cup final, I reckon. Because he's probably been their best player all season. When it comes to, I would say Foden and Rodri have been their most consistent.
Listen, every time Rodri has played for them, they've never lost a game.
I know. He's a bad man, you know.
And I don't know what, again, people in the chat, what's the winning streak that Man City are on right now? Because they want to either a winning streak or an unbeaten streak since, I'm sure it's either since the beginning of this, is it home winning streak or is it, they're on a winning streak since the beginning of this year. But I can't remember what it is. So they have not lost a game.
In the Premier League.
I think it's something like 19 games they haven't lost, something like that.
Yeah.
Something mad, something crazy in all competitions. Oh, well, I'll say it in all competitions. They did go out in the Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League, yeah. I think in the Premier League, I don't even know. I think...
I can't remember what the record is, but yeah, they're unbeaten right now. So it's gonna be right. Here we go. Craig's got it. Man City haven't lost since December the 6th.
Wow.
Right. So it's going to be a hard task. You know what I mean? And when you kind of
because even when they've been poor, Norm, the results on there. And when I say poor, I mean more about just not clinical, not quite clinical.
Yeah.
And giving the ball away more than they normally would.
Okay, so
they're still coming out with results.
Okay, so with that said, listen, as I said, we could take it to the last game of the season, which I'd like it to happen. But you know, when you look, right, these are the games that Man City have got left. Obviously, we've got Bournemouth at home, Man United away, and Everton at home. Those are our 3 games. Now, for Man City, they play at 5:30 on Saturday at home to Wolverhampton. Now, they should get that, even though Wolverhampton are known for getting points off the top sides. 6 sides. I don't know whether they're going to go and do anything. I don't think they're going to get anything from that. Then you've got their away to Fulham. Is there a chance that they could drop points? We just need them to just get a draw somewhere. Where's the likelihood? Now, we go to Tottenham, Man City. This is a ground where Man City does not do well. And as Craig says earlier on here, he says Tottenham fans want Man City to slap up Tottenham 10-0. You know, those fans are disgracia. Yes, as Arteta said, disgracia. Right? Absolute disgrace.
Well, yeah, I've actually seen fans on fan camps saying that they're quite happy to lie down for Man City. As in Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is like, what?
So I'm saying, yeah, but if they've still got a mathematical chance of still finishing 4th, I want them to start playing well. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly,
I want Chelsea to start playing well from now on in. Yeah? Go out there and do the business. Big up to bro. Big up to you. I'm well elected.
Yes, Thomas. Big up yourself, bro.
We need, that's what I'm saying, guys. We need Tottenham to do something in that game. And then, obviously, the last game of the season is they've got West Ham at home. So, out of those 4 games, people in the chat, out of those 4 games, Man City, where is it likely that Man City will drop points, or if any? So, it's Man City at home to Wolves.
Because they still got a game in hand of you as well, ain't they, Norm?
That's right, yeah. Fulham away.
And they leapfrog you by 2 points.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. So, they have to drop points somewhere.
Yes, I'm answering the question to you. I'm answering the question to the chat. Where is it likely that these guys will drop points? Will it be Man City out? Will it be Man City against Wolves at home? Man City away to Fulham? Or Man City? So they've got 2 back-to-back away games.
Back-to-back away games. So
that's Tottenham, Man City, and then obviously the last game of the season, which is going to be played on a Sunday where everybody's going to play, which we want to take it to the last game of the season. Man City v West Ham. Where do they drop points?
Well, if you're looking at the Tottenham game, Tottenham will continue to play the high line even all season, and this is where I think that don't be surprised if Pep starts Foden and Doku to exploit that. Right. So for me, I think it's Fulham that they could drop points on.
Okay.
Just because Fulham can be a bit dogged, you know what I mean, and you know you come into the capital, slightly smaller pitch. Fulham and Ring got nothing to play for in that sense, but Fulham when they're ready can be a bit of a handful. And if they don't drop points,
so you think Tottenham are just gonna lie down and let them tickle their bellies? Is that what you're thinking? You plan about themselves?
This is the thing. He won't change the way he's playing them, and right. I think him playing the high line, he just starts Foden and Doku, and they cook him.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if he decides that, okay, look, even just play the mid block then, not even a low block. Play the mid block. That way you're a bit more competitive.
Well, I'll tell you this,
rather than trying to soak it up.
I'll tell you this, D. If they slap up Tottenham at their ground, let's add that, make that 117.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, that's right. Add Tottenham to that one. As well.
Let's make that 117.
But you just watch him all season. Postecoglou all season. High line, regardless. They get slapped, still playing the high line.
Yeah.
And hopefully...
But he needs to learn, though.
He does, yeah.
He needs to learn. Yeah. Because next season, I mean, he's already been found out. If he's still going to do the same thing next season, he's going to get slapped up. I mean, you look, they were playing probably the most entertaining, but at the end of the day, you need to adapt your game. You need to adapt your game. You ain't doing that.
I'm looking at this thing right now. So Tottenham they've got 2 games on Villa. So Villa got 7-point lead over them, but Tottenham got 2 games in hand.
Right.
Their goal, I mean, obviously, goal difference of plus 15 and plus 21 for Villa.
Yeah.
But the 2 games in if they win them 2 games in hand, to bring it back to 66, 67,
then
they could still qualify for Champions League.
And I want them. Let me say this. Listen, guys, you can do it. You can do it,
some pressure on the Villa.
Put pressure on Villa. You need to get that top 4. It's important. It's important. Yeah. So
and then and that means beating Man City at home.
So Tottenham's games now they have got a bit of a difficult. They have got a bit of a difficult thing. So these are Tottenham's games, right? That are left. I mean, obviously they've lost 4-0 and then they lost to us 3-2. Yeah. But their next game is tomorrow. They play Chelsea away. So
that's one of the games in hand, isn't it?
That's right. Go match day 26. Go and get a result, Tottenham. Go and beat Chelsea. Do it. Then you go away to.
I'm expecting them to beat Chelsea.
Right. Tomorrow. What about Tottenham away to Liverpool?
Well, the thing is, Liverpool heads are down now. So I mean,
I'm saying,
if I look at Liverpool,
we're working this, man. We're working this, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking at Liverpool. Liverpool are not going to drop out of the top 4, Norm. They've almost already qualified on 75 points for Champions League. Yeah. So a little bit might be a little bit. What we got to play for? We've already qualified for Champions League.
Okay. Are you saying then you expect a Tottenham win at Chelsea?
Yeah, and at least a point at Liverpool.
Point at Liverpool.
At least a point at Liverpool. Yeah.
Okay. Tottenham, Burnley.
Yeah, should be 3 points. Yeah, should be 3 points.
Come on and listen to this. Come on, Tottenham, you could be doing this, mate. Because after Burnley, after you put 10 past Burnley, it's going to be the feel-good factor.
Yeah, and a good goal difference.
Chile, we're with you, mate. We're with you. Come on. Don't let me lose my throat, man.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, and they could actually make top 4 because when you look
at the last game?
The last game is away to Sheffield United, who are already relegated.
So that should be a home banger, shouldn't it? Really?
Yeah. So I really do believe that Tottenham should go
and finish 4th
and win every single game. Chelsea, Liverpool, Burnley, Man City, and then we see where we finish.
Yeah, but the truth is, well, Norm, you mans can't step about it. You mans can't drop. You mans can't take a draw anyway.
Yeah,
you have to win these last 3 games. You can't take a draw anyway. So that will put you on 89 points, right?
Yeah.
If you win your last 3 games, 89 points.
Yeah, 89 points. Yeah, we win it with 89 points. Yeah. As I said, because
does that feel low, Norm? As in points over the years, it's been quite high.
It's a low, because listen, remember, Man City have won it with 100 and something points.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like 89 points. If you win a league with 89 points, then that's like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Then it's lower than it has been over the years, but
So no, Craig, Liverpool have got one home game, and their last game of the season is at home to Wolves. So they've got. Wolves, their last home game will be at Anfield with Wolves against Liverpool against Wolves. So that will be their last game. So it's Kofi's back in here. That was Kofi saying. Klopp last home games to Wolves. We just confirmed that. But listen, it's a fantastic result against our North London rivals. I don't really call them rivals because they're not really rivals. You know what I mean? But we've gone there and
just make up the numbers now.
And it's St. Tottering Day again, you know what I mean? St. Tottering Day. So that's what it is. So let me just quickly share the fantasy thing, and then once we share that, I will be sharing the prediction league table, and we'll be out of here, people. Whilst you're on there, please hit the like button. Please lick that like button and subscribe.
I don't know why is it sharing like that with the reds on there.
Okay, I don't know, mate.
I'm not sure. I don't know why it's doing that. But you can see that we've I think we're still in vain trying to catch this Emmanuel brother.
Let's just forget that.
I think he might have locked this one down. Dalgrady has leapfrogged me with Klopp. I'm looking at Richard Tuck and Phil making a late push to try and catch me for that bronze medal.
Yeah.
Jay at the moment has dropped back to 15th.
Okay, she wasn't too happy about that.
She only has Cucurella to give her some more points tomorrow in the Chelsea game. Yeah. Where are our boys? Where Kofi is 12th. Where is even Ed's made a nice, but Ed is 7th now.
Okay.
And then and Andy's 8th. So Kofi clocked 12th,
Yeah.
So it's still, like I say, it's still those top 5 top 5 or 6 chasing Boston United.
Yeah.
This thing, he's been so consistent throughout the season. It's going to be a tall order. I mean, I look at Dale Grady. Maybe Dale is the one to catch him. And even then, I mean, he's scoring well now. Dale's still got Palmer and Song to get points tomorrow in that game. He's captain Song. So if Song gets his shooting boots on, I think Dale would be the one to catch him at this moment in time. I mean, I'm not way off it, you know what I mean? But these guys are already on 2,100 plus points now, so it looks like it may be a 2-horse race. To be fair to myself, though, Norm, I've still got tomorrow. I've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 players to get points tomorrow, so I shouldn't be ruling myself out there.
That's right. You never know. Late chance there.
Yeah, I got Tito, Song as captain, Palmer, Pedro, and Petrovic in goal. So I've got 5 players to score me still for the tomorrow game. So we'll see.
See what happens. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. No, you never know.
You never know. You could make a late charge. It might be encouragement for Liverpool. Liverpool's.
Well, I'm hoping those 5 players will take me into the 2,100 points. Obviously, you know what I mean. That they're all scoring more than 1 point. And hopefully, I mean, some might get me some captain points. So we'll see.
Anyway,
we'll see. Yeah,
Kofi is just running away with this again.
Kofi with the green. My Lord,
Kofi with the green.
Me and Chile are dropping off. Me and Chile are dropping off hard with the Reds.
I don't know. Game week 36 is coming up, so people, the WhatsApp going on WhatsApp chat.
Yes, Lee, big up yourself.
Get your WhatsApp predictions in for that.
Yeah.
Norsky, when do Man City play their game in hand? Right. So Man City play their game in hand. Let's see.
Pep was complaining about this, wasn't he? Well, he was until he got knocked out of the Champions League, but he was complaining about how they were going to slot the game in hands. But
is the game in hand? Have they played the game? Hold a minute.
No, they haven't, Norm, because they're still.
What would it be in their game in hand then?
Oh yeah, because they're on 34 points, so they do have a game in hand. I don't know who they. So they played a game in hand last week, didn't they? No,
Tottenham is their game in hand.
The Spurs one is it?
Yeah, 34. Match day 34.
See, yes, that's right, because they played FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah, match day 34. So the game in hand, Craig, is the Spuds on the 14th of May. That's on a Tuesday night, I think.
Is it?
I think it's a Tuesday night.
Can they do it in a cold, rainy Tuesday night?
Tuesday night down at the Tottenham Hotspur. Can they do it? That is the question.
Traveling to London.
Tuesday night, 14th of May.
I'm sure Tottenham. I'm sure Man City, like United. I'm sure they fly to London for the games rather than drive.
Probably.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, man. Listen, Kofi out on 30 points.
Man, we got to rein this brother in, man.
Yeah, Chile and Big D on 25. I'm just 2 points behind you guys on 23, and Ez on 20 points. So I need to make sure that I do well at the weekend. I'm trying to see if I can get a 3-pointer, but it's been difficult. It's been difficult, but look,
I think this has been the hardest, Norm. This season has been the hardest.
Yeah, it's been the hardest.
Sure. Yeah.
As I said, Ez has still got to do the Chile. He's still got to do the Chile thingy for last season. So when that happens, you'll be eating lots of chili, mate. And I'm hoping that this season as well, you'll be eating a double portion of chili. So that will be hopefully your forfeit, mate. I just want to make sure I don't come last. Do you know what I mean? Because he's only 3 points. He's only 3 points behind me. So
yeah.
But the thing about Ez, he keeps going for Chelsea. and Chelsea keep letting him down.
Well, he got that.
I'm not going to say they nearly.
The green was Chelsea, right? Wasn't it when he got the green here?
No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, but he could have got another. He could have got another 3 points with the Chelsea when it went away to Aston Villa.
Yes, he could have. Yeah,
he went to 3-2 and he missed out there. He absolutely missed out.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Kofi running away with the table like he's been running away from
the panel. Kofi got to come and repent of his sins, my guy.
Yeah, that Kofi running away with it in the table like he's been running away from the panel.
That's funny, bro.
Kofi can hit back if he wants, mate. But listen, people, thanks for tuning in. My throat is absolutely gone, mate. I need to go and gargle some salt water, go and get some strepsils down my throat, and hopefully I'll have my voice up by the weekend. But listen, people, please, when you're going out, don't forget to hit that like button. Earlier on, I think Root Call said there was X amount of people watching the show, and there was only 2 likes. When I come off this show,
like the thing, share the thing, my
like the thing, share the thing, yeah, like it, share the thing, and we are back next week.
Man,
another show. Listen, this Premier League is hotting up, yeah, especially for the relegation and also obviously for the title running. So, people, we need to do this. Arsenal, we need to do it. I'm asking you from now on in, Tottenham. Go and do the business. Go for that top 4. Win every game, including Tottenham. Including Man City.
Including the City game.
People, please hit the like button. Subscribe.
Take care, guys.
And we're out of here. Take care. And let's just quickly, what else is it? Someone's put in the chat here. What's this? I'll be back. He'll be back. Pleasure watching. No problem, Craig.
Yeah, man. Respect, Craig. Big up yourself, my guy.
Big up to you. Big up to you.
Yes, coach.
Bringing some entertainment to the house. Jay, big up to you. Big up to you.
Yes, Jay.
Big up to Root Calls. Big up to everybody. Tom Strong. Man. Everybody. Leon. Everybody. Take care.
Yeah, man. Take care, man.
My throat is about to go. Bless.